Happy Earth Day, everyone. Hope you're doing great. I thought I'd film outside and the beauty of nature in honor of Earth Day. 50 years, 50-year anniversary of Earth Day today. Kind of a neat deal. Hope you look into that, and we'll talk briefly about our plan later on. Today, we're going to take a little look at household circuits and some things that you have in your own homes and get a feel for how the electricity uh, and some safety features that are in your homes, how that works. So here we go. First stop today is what you probably recognize as a typical wall outlet. This is actually what we call a GFCI, which stands for Ground Fault Circuit Interrupter. And so there's a little button, a little test and reset button on here. So if an inordinate amount of charge starts running through this circuit, it's going to automatically trip off. It's a safety feature to prevent anything bad from happening electrically. Of course, prevent hopefully someone from maybe getting electrocuted if something goes wrong. So that's what that is there. You'll also notice we've got three holes in this outlet. Some plugs that you see will only have two. You always have to have two for the electricity to go in and back out again. Um, but the third outlet is what we call the ground wire. And the ground wire is, just as the name would insinuate, is a wire that runs into the ground. And if there's excess charge, um, instead of maybe shocking someone, that charge will get run through this nice big copper wire down through probably your cold water pipes and into the ground, where it kind of gets safely distributed through amongst all the atoms that are in the earth. Again, another little safety feature included right there on your plugs. Our next stop is our circuit breaker. Now, you have a circuit breaker somewhere in your home. If you don't know where it is, I encourage you to find out today from your parents where that is. But inside the circuit breaker, it's going to look just like a series of light switches. It's a little dark to see, but and each of these light switches controls one circuit within your home. So maybe you were blow drying your hair and the stereo was on and the lights were going, and um, suddenly out of nowhere they all switched off at once. Well, in all likelihood, what you did was you tripped a circuit. And inside here are some little pieces of metal that, when they get too warm, based on the heat that gets built up from the electricity running, it will bend and it will trip and it'll flip that switch and turn off the circuit. And as a safety feature, it becomes a little annoying. Of course, then you got to walk down and hopefully the circuit is cooled off enough. You just flip the switch and things come back on. But it's a safety feature, and that little annoyance is certainly a lot better than your home burning down. So, stop is in my garage where we have a fuse box, which works very similarly to how a circuit breaker works, in terms of turning off a circuit that gets too hot, but a little different philosophy and how it functions. You'll see inside there, it's essentially uh, a little screw or bolt that goes into the circuit. Give you a little closer view of one. If you look in here, there's a little silver piece of metal. And if it gets too hot, that little piece of metal literally is going to melt. And as it melts, then it opens up the circuit and puts a break into the circuit. And so the circuit stops going. And so things hopefully will cool down and not overheat. And once again, keep you from burning your house down. Last stop today is outside my home. This is our electrical meter. And this is what the energy company comes and reads each month and sends us a bill for how many kilowatt hours that we use throughout the month. If you look closely, you'll see the dial that is spinning around. Depending on how much equipment in the home and appliances in the home are running at this time, will depend on how quickly that thing is spinning and keeping track of all of our electrical usage. On Earth Day, of course, we hope that we can limit that. A nice little reminder for me and my own family. Today, for your project, I hope that you go find your electrical meter. I hope you find your circuit breakers, any fuse boxes you have. Uh, and to celebrate Earth Day, hope you take a nice little walk and enjoy the great outdoors and maybe pick up some trash. Have a great day.